Okay, where do I begin? So if you're getting this error message, the one that says auto video memory trying to allocate a rendering resource, something like that, right? Usually this is happening to me right now with Epic Games, and it only happens with some games, not all of them. Mostly with the most heavy games, if you will, the ones that require the most specs. For example, I was trying to open the Outer Worlds, and also there's another one called Protocol, the Callisto Protocol. This one and the Outer Worlds are very demanding games, so they were giving me the same error message. Now the Outer Worlds, it didn't even let me open the game. With the Callisto Protocol, at least I got to the main menu, but then it crashed and it gave me the pop-up with the auto video memory trying to allocate. I was searching all over YouTube and there's nothing, bro. Like, all of these videos are just a waste of time. They tell you to go to about or system. So about your PC right there. Then they tell you to go to advanced system settings, then go to settings, then go to advanced, then change. Then you have to mess with this shit right here. If you did this and it didn't help, then I got the solution for you. I had to struggle, like I had to spend an entire day trying to figure this out. Because I also saw on Reddit, they posted, so this is the post that opened my mind pretty much. This is what got me to where I am, which I was able to fix it. This didn't fix it for me, but it gave me the ideas that I needed to go ahead and actually fix it. There was a post here from, yeah, this guy right here. I forgot his channel, bro. I don't watch tech channels anymore. But this guy right here, he's pretty famous on YouTube. I remember I saw this video back like over a year ago, when he was actually talking about how Intel fucked up their CPUs. I'm not gonna get into that topic, but yeah, pretty much that's what's going on. Your video card, none your drivers, nothing like that is the issue. The actual issue is the power consumption of your CPU. Yes, it's not your GPU that's having the problem, it's your CPU. And I'm gonna tell you what's going on. It's probably you have a 9.9 like I do. I not only have a 9.9, I have one of the factory overclocked i9s, which is the KS version, which comes overclocked from factory. So it's even worse. The power consumption there is crazy. So Intel has a problem, more crashing and stability issues for new CPUs. I'm sorry I'm making this intro too long, but this is gonna fix your issue. If you already went through the other steps on all of those bullshit videos on YouTube and you went through all of that bullshit and you were not able to find a solution, I have the solution for you. We're gonna have to go into the BIOS. It's more simple than you think. There's not a lot of stuff to do there. I do have ASRock. I know that for Asus and others, it's different. So one of the steps that helped me, that J2 Sense did, is here he gives options for the different type of motherboards. Let me go ahead and find it. Should be around here somewhere. Hold on. Okay, so there you go. So for Gigabyte, you have to enable this, and I have ASRock, right? So I went to easy mode and power setting, then load Intel base power limit, and I enabled that. That wasn't enough though. This might work for a lot of you, but not for all of us. So let's actually go into the BIOS and show you. Let me see if I can actually put my settings back to where they were initially. Let's go ahead and see now. So see, load Intel base power limit, it's disabled as it was initially. This is the way that it comes out of your factory settings or default settings. That's the way you're most likely gonna see it on your motherboard. Why? Because Intel wanted to release their CPUs overclocked from factory because they wanted to compete with AMD. They don't give a shit if you have to go through all this fucking struggle, or if your CPU is gonna have a shorter life expectancy. They don't give a shit about that. They just wanna release a CPU and say that it's faster. They don't give a shit about you or your computer. So here you see 253 long duration power limit, and this one was 250. So let me place it manually back to 250. Oh, it doesn't let me. Okay, it does. So it's gonna be at 250. Okay, let me do it again. Exit. Right there. Okay, guys, I thought I was gonna have to buy a new computer. I was really sad about this, but here we go. So here at the beginning of the menu, here you're gonna see XMP. I suggest you disable XMP for now. I'm gonna test later. I'm gonna test if XMP is possible to leave it enabled, but I disable it. Okay. You can leave it on if you want. You can do experimentation on your end. XMP, I suggest you disable it. Now here's the important part. This is fresh, bro. This is the way that I saw everything the first time. So this is the messed up version of the BIOS. Here's where you're gonna have to change multiple things. First of all, XMP. I have disabled it. I have placed it into auto, but I used to have the XMP. It's disabled now, okay? Now you're gonna have to go here and on power setting, load Intel base power limit. You're gonna have to enable it, okay? That's not gonna fix it for everybody. That didn't fix it for me. So you're gonna have to go to the advanced, and then let me go ahead and show you again. Advanced mode, for me it's right here. I'm using ASRock, okay? Advanced, then you're gonna have to look for OC tweaker, and then here's where it gets interesting. So for me, it's all the way at the bottom. Oh no, never mind. I have to go into CPU configuration. And then all the way at the bottom for me, right? Okay, the power limits. So first of all, if you already did that first step on the main menu on easy mode, let's not change anything. Let's just restart to see if that changed anything in the BIOS by itself. Okay, so we changed this this right here. We enabled the load Intel base power limit. Let's see if it did something to the CPU power settings. And I think, as you can see, my mouse is freezing because it's fucked up, man. I think my CPU is already like damaged because of Intel's stupidity. So here you see that the long duration power limit is now 150, right? This didn't work for me. The game was, this option allowed me to get farther, closer into the menu, but it crashed still. So here what's going on is that your CPU, like those games are so demanding that when you're entering the menus, it's loading everything so fast that it saturates the power on your CPU. And since your CPU might already be like damaged or just Intel, I mean, this is overclocking, guys. This comes overclocked by default. So it's using more power than it should be. So I noticed that, okay, the short duration power limit. So the short duration power limit, it's precisely when your game is starting, when your game is loading, and it saturates the CPU. It's using so much power that it crashes the game. So I also lowered that one to 150. Now, I would like to test this and see if 200 maybe, or 190 or 230, to see if any other lower numbers would work and be stable. But as of now, I'm using the same one as the one on top. And so I did that. And then I clicked on exit, and then save changes and exit. Okay, so this is how it has to look. The XMP, now this is, I haven't figured out if the XMP really does anything. When I disabled XMP, it did allow me to get farther, to a farther point than before. So it looks like it did help a little bit. I have to test this. Maybe I can send it back. It's 4,800 right now, megahertz. Maybe I can send it back to 7,200, which is what I initially had, to see if it crashes again or not. Or if I get the video error message. So this is how it has to look. Load Intel base power limit enabled. Let's go to the advanced mode here. Oh shit, sorry, my BIOS it's bugged. The mouse is not stable. Again, I think my CPU is already damaged. That's why it freezes like every couple seconds. Look. Okay, so this is how it has to look, guys. Both long power limit of 150 and short duration power limit 150. So do not allow it to go farther than 150 watts, at least for the i9 13900 KS. This is what I'm limiting the CPU at. In the long run, this shouldn't affect your game. Why? Because once the game is loaded, it typically doesn't even get close to this. It doesn't even get close to 150, or it doesn't go past it, to be honest. So whenever you're already loaded in your game, this shouldn't really affect your performance too much. It shouldn't. You shouldn't even notice it. It's just the beginning loading of when the game is loading that the CPU is working so hard that it grabs a lot of power and it crashes your game, and you get the pop-up with the video error, which is not a video error, it's actually the CPU. So this is how you can fix it, guys. And this is gonna be, I mean, if you're unable to access the game after this and you're still getting the pop-up, I would doubt it. Like, I really would doubt it. I don't believe that would happen. Now here, I might put it back to 250. I don't know. I'll think about it. But maybe I can try the XMP. Let me take a look here. What if I use the default? The XMP. Oh wow, 7800? No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, that's gonna crash. I don't think that's gonna load. Okay, so now I'm gonna test the the XMP to see if that has something to do with it. Let's go to DRAM and let's play 7200. I had it at 7200, which is what I've been using it for years, like for over 2 years. This is how I've been using it. So I'm just gonna put it to 7200 and everything else auto. Save changes and exit. Took a long time. So right now I'm just testing, dude. Let's go ahead and open it. So right now everything's set as it should be, 150, and the main option for power on the easy mode, it's enabled. So the BIOS is the way it should be, but I got XMP enabled at 7200 megahertz. Let's see if it loads. Continue. Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah, it's working now. And it's not laggy, it's perfect. So what happens here is precisely that. It's just that moment when your CPU is loading the game, it gets so saturated that it uses so much power that it cannot handle it and it crashes. And if that's happening, that's probably because your CPU is already taken some damage. And Intel fucked up really, because a lot of the CPUs already took damage. Like mine, I think is already damaged. And the life expectancy of your CPU has already been declined. But yeah, guys, this is the solution. Hopefully, I was able to help a lot of people. This video, I don't have a big channel, so it's gonna have to reach people somehow. People who are having this issue, because all of the videos that you can find on YouTube are useless, man. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. But I'll leave it here.